And just like that, a guy who had a field full of cards stacking on the advantage, a bad baby, I turned the game right against him. And that's why Simultaneous Equation Cannons is just so powerful. Hello, and today I'm going to go over what I think is one of the strongest traps in the game. It's Simultaneous Equation Cannons, and what makes this card so strong is that, take a look at this, look at all the number of tops it's recently got. It's been climbing its way to its number of tops, even taking a first place in a recent regional. Very strong. What does it go good in? It goes in good in any deck that doesn't use the extra deck. Yeah, that's right, it has its own particular type, just like how you're into, you know, tall, slender, geeky white boys, it's got a specific type, and that would be, you know, trap decks that don't use the extra deck, like, for example, Labyrinth, for example, Eldritch. What about ritual decks? Voiceless Voice, for example, doesn't really use the extra deck there, could go good there. Stun decks, yeah, sure, if you're into that kind of stuff, you know, not my cup of tea, but if you're into that, that's good for you. And or even tribute decks like Fluanderees or Monarchs, goes good in all those different kinds of decks. Remember, it just doesn't have to use the extra deck. And what makes this card so powerful? Well, it has an effect. It banishes all monsters your opponent controls. So let's actually deep dive into that now. And I do want to give you a warning real quick. This card looks extremely complex at first glance, but I created a cheat sheet for you to just use. And all you have to do is just look at the sheet and be like, oh, I can resolve simultaneous equations or not. Right? So don't be afraid of all this convoluted stuff. I'm going to show the card now. Again, don't be afraid. It's not going to be that crazy. And actually, I'm going to show its effect here in a little bit bigger so we can all read it together. Just know here that we're trying to resolve this. We're going to banish all cards they control. That's the premier, the creme de crop. That's what we want, you know? That's the le croissant, you know? I don't know, the meat and potatoes. But to do that, we have to solve a math problem, right? It's like crypto mining, right? We have to solve a complex problem to get that stuff. Anyways, I don't go into crypto mining. I don't know why I said that, but it's kind of like what it is. That's how they got to solve. We got to solve algorithms basically to get to the treasure. It's like an episode of Dora. We have to do a whole mission to get to the map or whatever we need at the end of the thing. Anyways, here we go. Banish a fusion monster and 2 Xyz monsters with the same rank from your extra deck, whose combined level and ranks equal the total number of cards in both player hands on the field. Then you can apply this effect. What did I just read? Don't worry about that. Again, I'm going to show you a cheat sheet. Don't worry. Return 2 of your banished monsters from the extra deck to the extra deck, an Xyz and a fusion whose combined level and rank equal the level 1 face-up monsters your opponent controls. Then banish all cards they control. Again, what did I just read? Don't worry, we're gonna go over that, and in fact, it's a lot easier than it looks, right? So, let's just go to my second screen here. Again, this isn't the cheat sheet yet. The next slide is gonna be the cheat sheet, but first I wanna show my work, right? My teachers always told me, hey, Jesse, you gotta show your work before you give me the answer to the problem, right? So, here's the work right here. Basically, right, you have your Xyz monsters. Look, level, like Xyz ranked 1 and fusion. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what does that mean? We could target, just add it up. 1 plus 1 equals 2. See how simple it is? It's much simple. So if we're using Xyz 1 and a fusion 2, we're able to target an opponent's level 3 monster. Very simple. It's just simple addition. 3 plus 2 equals 5. So this math is very simple. What we would send, right? For example, let's just say we want to target a 6. We would either send 2 3s, our ranks, and a 3 to target a 6. We also could send 2 2s for Xyz and a 4 to equal a 6. So you can see how even if there is a different opponent's monster, we could send various different things from our extra deck to get the desired monster. Because the next part is, remember, it has to equal the amount of cards everywhere, right? So here's the cheat sheet, and this is all you need to know right here. This is the only thing. Take a screenshot of this. Do whatever you want. It's a cheat sheet, or just put this on your own little thing. Basically, cards everywhere and your opponent's level, right? So cards everywhere. So let's just say there's 10 cards everywhere. And what does cards everywhere mean? That means hand, field, hand or field. That's when I say cards everywhere, it just means hand or field. Don't need to worry about graveyard, banishment, or deck. So that's maybe a misnomer on my part, but it's just a lot easier for me to just say cards everywhere. Cards in hand and field. So let's just say, right, we start a game with 10 cards, right? 5 and 5. That means at the start of the game, off rip, I could target an opponent's level 9, 8, 7, or 6, and I know I can resolve simultaneous equation cannons if I set my extra deck up right, which I'm going to show you how to do that also as well. Very, very easy. All you need to know is, so let's just say there was a little bit of max C action going on, or your opponent drew, and there's 12 cards everywhere, right? They had a good card advantage. They are gaining advantage. You can target an 11, a 10, a 9, an 8, or a 7 monster, and know you can successfully resolve simultaneous equation cannons. Very, very cool. And this is good to know because look, take a look at this. 8s are very common numbers used. 7 is a very common number used in opponent's Tenpai, right? Like 8 is Horus. So it's good to know. So simultaneous equation cannon is also very good in certain matchups too, but it pretty much covers almost all levels, which is very good. And that's what makes it so strong. We can cover all levels. Now, what if your opponent is playing some weird deck, right? That's like all level 1s or something. How can we modulate our opponent's levels? Well, we can also use cards that can control our opponent's levels. Don't forget, Ken and Gen are able to summon things to your opponent's board to guarantee that there's always a level 3. You could put Kaijus in your deck to tribute the opponent's monsters. Kaijus have levels 7, 8, 9. So if there's a certain Kaiju you want, right? That will go good with your deck. Make sure you can use a Kaiju to modulate your level. But Jesse, I play a deck that's so weird and unique. It's a level 5 deck, and I only use level 5s. Well, great. You know, there's literally a card for everything. Don't think I didn't forget about you. Look at Imperial Quintus, Princess Queen Query. Look at that. Quinn, by the way, Quin is Latin for 5. Funny enough, look at that. Detach target level 5 monster in either graveyard, special summon it to either field. Literally, I think there's a monster that could summon any level to the field. There's one for every situation. Obviously, this one's not that important. That was just like a gag card. Probably, most often, you're going to be using Gamma Cell or Ken and Gen. But again, there's other cards that can summon to the extra deck. So, speaking of which, what is my extra deck? Remember, so we need to play a certain amount of XZ's monsters, times 2, by the way, because remember, we got to send 2 of them. And we got to send fusion levels. Well, it's very simple. We just need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, according to the little sheet I was showing you before. That means you need to bring 2 level 1s, 2 level 2s, or 2, sorry, ranks. 2 rank 1s, 2 rank 2s, 2 rank 3s, 2 rank 4s, 2 rank 5s. And for the levels, you just bring a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like a level 1 would be the... Oh, what's the card that Pegasus uses? The Anima, that guy. It's the fusion level 1. It's that spellcaster level 1 looking dude is a fusion 1, right? What's the level 2? There's the tuner level 2 fusion. You know what I'm saying? You just need to fill your extra deck with various monsters like that. But now someone very astute might say, Jesse, wait, if I'm bringing 2 of these and 10 of these, that means my extra deck is 20 cards. We can only fit 15. Very, very smart. And if you beat me to the punch, that's great. Well, here's how I do it. Remember, you could slightly change yours, but I choose to not bring any of the rank 5s, and I also choose to not bring any fusion level 8, 9, or 10, right? So I bring 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, so I bring 8 cards here, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'll show you my extra deck in replays in my deck list as well that I use. I'm using Invoiceless Voice. But what does that mean? Well, that means for this, right? I'm taking out the 8, 9, and 10, so I'm taking out these. And I'm taking out the 2 5, so I take out that. So what does that do to the cheat sheet? Well, now I know it's just going to take out these certain things. And that's how I did mine. The reason why is because normally I don't see that many 11s, 10s, and 9 is a weird number, so I don't really see that. My opponents don't really play generators. Unfortunately, I do have to give up that 7 there, which is very nice versus Tenpai, but that's fine because there's other ways for me to get to 7s anyways, a lot other ways. So I find that way is very good. So now this is my current cheat sheet with the current things I am playing. Very, very smart and good deck. And you'll see here that it works out perfectly. It's a very strong card to banish all monsters our opponent controls. With that said, I did a lot of yapping. Let's get to slapping. By the way, and if you like these kind of duels and interesting math videos like this, give me a like, give me a sub, show me some love. And also, by the way, I am going to do a tournament soon. Come join the Discord, which I'll leave in the comments. We're going to have a community tournament, which is going to have a prize pool. It's going to be very, very fun. Looking to set it up starting the New Year's in January. So definitely come join my Discord for more information on that. Anyways, let's jump into the slapping. Hey, hello, and I won the toss here. I'm going to go first. And I'm using a Voiceless Voice deck with my Simultaneous Equation Cannons. I like Voiceless Voice with it because, again, Voiceless Voice doesn't need their extra deck, so I can fill it up with my XZs and my fusions that I need for the things. I also like bringing in some Kaijus with the deck, too, as you could tell, because sometimes the opponents might not have the levels I want. So what I do is I use the Kaijus to manipulate the levels to get the levels that I want. Anyways, for the opponents on the field. So now, doing my typical Voiceless Voice plays. Voiceless Voice is a very strong deck too. I'll place both of these Simultaneous Equation Cannons face down because I can't protect them with my cards here. And what is my opponent playing? It looks like he's playing Exo Sisters with the Aratama. That's usually what I'm used to seeing. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to get Serarvis set up here because, again, Exo Sisters, the special summons from the extra deck, but that's not an Exo Sister. That is a Mono Wado he's adding. So that's kind of throwing me off a bit. Maybe he has the other card in. Either way, I want to get this card, Serarvis, out now. But it looks like he is not on Exo Sisters. He's on a ritual-based deck called Shino Birds. Shino Birds, known for bringing your stuff back to the hand in the deck, but that's all I really know much about it. Maybe you guys know a bit more about it than me, but this guy is now going to be cooking like your uncle's cookout. You know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Betty's cookout. He's going to start cooking here, it looks like, because I only have one negate left. And I want to negate this card because, remember, Simultaneous Equation Cannons, for me to activate this and to banish everything, there has to be less than 13 cards total, right? So I want about 12. This card right here is trying to say, if it's Ritual Summoned, add a spell and trap. He's just adding. So I'm going to cut him off here, destroy that, prevent the add, and that should hopefully lower the numbers and prevent him from cooking. He's like Betty Crocker, just cooking all this stuff. And no, Campbell's good. He's going to continue cooking because that ritual spell allows him to ritual summon from the graveyard, I guess, or banish a card from the graveyard to summon his Shino Baron, and the little Shino Baron's getting the big Shino Baron. It's like when when Baby Bear runs to Mama Bear for help. It looks like the little guys are getting the big guys here. And now, here comes more Shino Baron stuff, which I'm going to be honest, I don't even really know what these guys pretty do. These guys are like when you watch wrestling for the first time and you don't know their special move. And there he goes. He just did his special move. He just RKO'd me from the top rope, bringing my guys back to the hand. And that was non-targeting, by the way. That's pretty cool. And what's deadly is I can't use my Simultaneous Equation Cannons because I'm one card short. Remember, there has to be 12 cards total everywhere. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards right now total everywhere. Oh, 16, why not? So because of all of these cards, I'm gonna have to get rid of them. So that's my goal here. I'm gonna have to lower them out. And no, he just keeps adding, piling on. This is actually making a mountain out of a molehill here. And now I'm just gonna add cards too to my hand because why not? Either way, I'm gonna have to start getting rid of some of my cards. And the trouble is that Amano Wado, by the way, was blocking my effects. So I actually have to tribute that with the Godarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju, and putting a nice level 8, meaning that 12 is the magic number for me. But no! He's got a deadly trap, one of the deadliest spell and traps. If you control a winning beast monster, which is Shino Barrows, until the end of the turn, negate any monster effects my opponent activates, which is me. I'm the opponent. So he's just gonna, now all of my Voiceless Voices turned off. They're all turned off. I can't do anything. And like, look, I can't even do this. Even when I activate this misplay here, the Saphira, there's nothing I could do. I'm actually feeling hopeless right now. This guy's just drawing too much advantage. There's nothing I can do. I literally was thinking about resigning right here. Maybe I should, but I just was so morbidly curious. I'm just going to stay in this game, you know what I'm saying? Just to see what is this Shino Burn cooking. So this is pretty cool, and this can show you now what's going on here. He's adding, I've never seen a deck generate this much advantage. He's like a Energizer Bunny, just keeps going and going, generating advantage. Anyways, let me clear out some cards, get some more defense before he summons a Mono Wado again. I can at least get a little bit of advantage out of low. He's gonna now summon the Amano Wado again. So now everything is turned off, except for Spirit Monsters again, which he's got a whole deck full of spirit monsters. This is like, this guy's like, oh my gosh, and now he gets to target 3 of my spell and traps. And yeah, just shuffle those back into the deck. Why not? And there goes my voiceless voice cards. There's nothing I could do here. Yeah, again, he's like the poltergeist because that's how much spirits is on the field right now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to call Ghostbusters because there's so much spirits on the field. Anyways, now there's a spider here. Maybe I need to call an exterminator, but no, he quickly gets rid of that. And what's he going into now? Now he goes into Celine, which is very interesting because Celine is turned off because of his own Amano Awado, but I'm sure he's link climbing into something here. Going into Devotee of Nephesis, getting cards back again. He's doing some deadly stuff. And oh, he's tributing cards now, doing some more deadliness here. He's just cooking me, Argetti. Again, remember, I feel like Mom Spaghetti in Eminem's song. There's vomit on my sweater already. And oh, he's bringing my cards back. There's nothing I can do. He's got too many cards, and there's too many cards on the field. So, you know what? I'm just going to activate simultaneous equations for nothing. We already know the math says that there's too many cards here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards on the field, so there's nothing I could do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw some cards, maybe just bait them, like, look, haha, it's simultaneous cannons, but just kidding. This is the real trap. I used the first simultaneous equations just so it goes to the graveyard. So now, when I activate the second simultaneous equations, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards on the field, which means now my simultaneous equation cannons will work. So even though I threw some decoy stuff bluff to the graveyard, maybe because I didn't know what his cards did, maybe I was just trying to bait stuff out just to make sure it was safe. Now the real simultaneous equations goes through. And remember, I'll send in 2 4s plus a 4 and target an 8. Because remember, 4 plus 4 equals 8, and I sent a total of things that matched, and I had 12. 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12, and 4 plus 4 equals 8. And which that means I banish all of your cards, mate. That's right, everything gone. Gone like your uncle who went to the store to get some milk. Gone forever, never to be seen again. And now it's my turn. Your turn just ended. And that's the power of Pine Saw, baby. Simultaneous equation cannons, making sure that everything on the field gets banished. And just like that, a guy who had a field full of cards stacking on the advantage. A bad baby. I turned the game right against him, and that's why simultaneous equation cannons is just so powerful. Bad baby. Ooh, yeah. That was a good one.